Some of us have it within us to hustle and outperform. Success could mean so much in our lives, and often the biggest measuring factor is money. Today we're diving into a topic that's not only close to my heart, but also a game changer in pursuing financial freedom. Saving money just isn't about crunching pennies and cutting corners. It's about taking control of your financial destiny. I recently read an article by Gary Vee which said,
the reason so many of you want to win right now so fast is you want to show other people you won.
This is the reason majority of our population is under credit card debt. We're buying things we don't really need to show off people we don't even care for. That got me thinking about how I've diverted away from that without even thinking about it. Things I've been doing on autopilot from the last couple of years that are making me more financially stable for a bigger end goal, like buying new houses and saving for investment properties. And today we'll talk about the 7 things I stopped doing to make more money. High maintenance product and services. Now this is something that really comes down to your lifestyle and mindset. I used to think spending a fortune on skincare and grooming products was the only way to go. But then soon enough you realize you can find similar ingredients and similar kind of products for a lot less. Simply if you put in a little bit of time and research. Things like services, getting a haircut is something you don't need to do every single week. I started skipping a week and then sometimes a week and a half. And soon enough you know I'm cutting down my cost to half. Without a big noticeable difference at all. Now, don't get me wrong, self-care is important, but overspending on products and services sometimes just don't make sense. Like imagine how many times you bought a product thinking you're gonna use it every single day, but you actually never end up using it at all. That was potential money that could have been saved simply by having the right mindset in place. It's a compounding effect. One little change leads to the next one, and the next one, making a big change in habits, lifestyle, and most importantly, your bank account. Traveling appears to be one of the biggest expenses we incur just for an experience of a week, if not a couple days. Now, I'm all in for living your life and enjoying moments, taking breaks, and just wandering the world. But I've come to a realization I don't need to travel 8-9 hours or take a 12-hour flight to feel like I'm on vacation. I started doing this thing where before going to bed, I recap one highlight of my day every single day. It could be something as simple as watching the sunset from my way from work. Small little moments like these keep me on the hunt throughout the day to see what could be the highlight of today. Enjoying so many little details in life that we often overlook. And when it comes time to actually travel, there's plenty of affordable and alternative places and things you can do. If you want to take a bigger vacation, once in a lifetime kind of opportunity, I like traveling in a group. It cuts down the cost, you can share the same amenities like a hotel room with more people, and you honestly enjoy the trip a lot more. Even a little bonus tip, if you have the money, turn your passion into a business. Like imagine owning a cabin in the mountains or a beachfront condo. Not only you save on the monthly rents and fees, but you have the flexibility to use the space whenever you please. And even rent it out when you're not using it to generate income. In a world where we can order groceries online and get pretty much anything we want from the comfort of our home, we are all guilty of signing up for subscriptions that we no longer use. And the worst part is, we don't even realize we're paying for these subscriptions until a lot after. And these small little charges do accumulate into a big chunk of our income over time. I personally cut down on my subscription services quite heavily, even something as simple as Amazon Prime and Apple Music. I feel like I'm totally fine waiting a couple days for an item I really want. And if it's something I want bad enough, I shouldn't really have a problem making the drive to the store to go grab it myself. And if I do have that problem, that tells me it's really an item I'm only buying because it's as convenient as a click of a button. For streaming services like Netflix and Apple Music, what seems to be working really well for me is sticking to one subscription a month max. This gives me more time to be productive, spending it on things that actually matter in life instead of sitting there watching movies or laying in bed longer than I need to. Now, transportation is a big part in our life, I understand, but getting from point A to point B can be a lot affordable in so many ways. You've probably heard almost everyone talk about not buying a brand new car. It's the worst financial decision anyone can ever make. The car depreciates in value the second you sign that paper. Now, I'm not saying taking the bus might be the best option, but having a car that's actually affordable or paid in cash could go a long way. I would personally go by the 30% rule, which means only buy a car that's less than 30% of your annual income, because living under your means will take you a lot further in life. Fun fact, a news article talked about a survey that was done, and the number one car being driven by billionaires happened to be a Toyota, not a Lamborghini or a Mercedes. That tells me there's something that they clearly know that we are overlooking. These luxury cars not only cost you more to buy, but they come with high maintenance, your oil change, wear, tear, depreciation, everything would be much higher. Let's face it, we all love shopping, but sometimes we get into a habit of buying something just because we see it on a discount, not realizing if we actually need the product or not. This comes down to mainly shopping for clothes, sometimes furniture. The best way I found to go by this is make a list of things you actually want, and restrict yourself from buying anything that's not within the list. Or even better, get into a habit of mentally being prepared to throw away an item after purchase. For example, let's say I have 5 jackets. I have to be willing to throw away or donate one item before I end up buying another jacket just because I see it on sale. Discounts don't always mean a good deal. It's just a psychological strategy used by businesses to get us to shop. There's a very clear reason why businesses come with strategies and tactics to put their items on sale very often, almost every single month, sometimes calling it Black Friday, other times back to school, and so on. So to keep things really simple, next time you come across a jaw-dropping discount, ask yourself, do I really need this item, or am I buying it just because it's a great deal? By walking away from making impulsive purchases, you'll not only save money but also declutter your life. I think we're all guilty of this one. A new gadget or a refresh model comes by and now you just feel like what you have is outdated, or mentally you just feel like your system is getting slow, or maybe you need more storage, or whatever the case scenario might be. Where in reality, most of the products we buy have a long life ahead of them. By simply taking care of your phones, laptops, or other technology devices, you can have them serve you for years and years to come, without any physical problem. Instead of falling into the trap of upgrading, make the efforts to extend the lifespan of your current device. Regular maintenance, software upgrades, and responsible usage can take you a long way and save significant amount over time. If you had to have just one takeaway from this video, let it be this one. Whether you're buying a $100,000 car or a $10 accessory, impulsive buying is something we are all guilty of. And I wouldn't blame us as consumers, because these billion-dollar companies are spending piles of money to understand human behavior, psychology, to get us to shop, buy discounts, using certain color themes, holiday-themed products, and so much more. The best way to not buy things that you're actually never gonna end up using or appreciating is to follow a simple technique I use, which is simply to sleep on it. Yeah, whatever you're looking to buy, let it sit in your cart for a night and wake up the next day to see if you actually still want the item, and you'll be surprised, because I personally was. Almost 60% of the things I needed the night before don't seem to be that important the next morning. Because end of the day, the goal is not to cut corners or sacrifice on products or things we actually need in life, but instead being financially smart with our everyday choices. Because these small little decisions add up to something big, and money saved wisely can be invested wisely into passive income and things that actually matter in life. Once again, my name is Mohit, and I'll see you in the next one.